Hello everyone. So today we are going to see crud operation using Spring Boot jdbc. So first of all, let's go to the file, go to the new, and here we will create Spring Starter project. So here I will take a name as Spring Boot 3 as we are using latest version of Spring Boot. Then click on next. Here you can see Spring Boot version 3.1.0. Then we have to add the dependency. First of all, we have to add Lombok. Then as we are using here mysql database, so mysql driver. Then we have to add jdbc. So here I will type jdbc. You can see that jdbc API. So these are the three dependencies we will require. Then click on next. Then click on finish. So it will take some time to create the project. So here you can see project is created. src main java, src main resources, go to the application.properties, and here we have to give the data source properties. So here you can see this is a jdbc url for mysql. Then this is the username of your mysql at the time of downloading, whatever you have given. Then password you have to give. So jdbc mysql localhost 3306 is the port number of mysql, and new is a schema name. I have already created schema in this mysql workbench. Here you can see new schema. If you want to create, you can go here, create a new schema, and you can create a new schema. You can give here a name, and you can specify that in this data source, right? So let me save this. So this is done. The next step what you have to do is we have to create here an entity. So I will create here a package with the name entity, and here we'll deal with the user. So go to the new, go to the class. Here I will type user, and here we'll take properties as private integer id, then private string name, private integer age, and private string city, as we are gonna create 4 columns. So let me use here add the data Lombok annotation for creating get translators, then all args constructor and no args constructor. If you don't have configured this Lombok with the Eclipse IDE, you can create manually the get translator methods and constructor. Next thing here, what I will do, I will create one more package, that is a runner package, and here I will create one class called test runner. So we'll implement this from command line runner clr command line runner. We have to override one method, add unimplemented method, and here we have to specify @component. So why we are implementing from command line runner? Because as soon as we run the application, so this method will run. So if I give you here example, if I print here sysout, and here I will give hello world, and I will go here Spring Boot 3 jdbc application, and if I do control F11, that is we have to run a Spring Boot application. As soon as our application will run, here you can see hello world is coming, because we have written, we are implementing from command line runner. So as soon as application will run, this method will be executed. Now let's see. So first thing what you have to do is we have to here use private jdbc template jt I will give, and we have to do @void. So control shift O for importing this jdbc template. Here you can see jdbc template is imported. So first thing is we have to create a table. So here I will write private integer create table. So here we have to write string query to create a table. So here is a query, create a table, table name user id int, this is a column name which is we are taking as a primary key. Then we have to take a name, little bit here, size 50 I will take, then age as an integer and city as a varchar. Here I will take 50. So this is the query for creating a table. Now it's time to execute this. So what you have to do is jdbc template dot update, and here what you have to do is here update, and you have to give the query. So its return type will be integer. So I will take integer count equals to, and will return count. Let's save this, and in this what I will do, sys out control space enter table creation, and we'll try to print this count, that is by calling this create table, its return type will be count. Now if I go to this Spring Boot 3 JDBC application, if I click on Control F11, here we go, table creation, it is coming as a 0. Let us see, if I go to the here MySQL workbench, if I click on refresh, in the new you can see that user, and which is having the names as id, columns as id, name, age and city, as we have specified here in this query, right? So the table is created. Now it's time to insert the data. So let me take here a private integer insert data. Now here we have to, I will comment down this insert row string, we have to create a query. So insert query we have to write, right? So here is the insert query. Now we will require here a values that we have to insert. So for that I will take here a user. So user need to give the data here. So let's import this, Control Shift O. We have already created this entity, right? Now from this user we'll fetch that data, int id as user dot get id, then string name as user dot get name, right? Now int age as user dot get age, then string city as user dot get city, right? Now next thing is we have to int count equals to jdbc template dot update. We have to give here a query, and for these parameters we have to specify the value in the given order. First is id, name, age, city. So I will give here id, then name, then age, then city, right? Now if I do return count, right? So if I comment let's give here this, and if I comment it down, insert data, and what's the method we have to call is insert data, right? Insert data, and we have to provide the user, new user. So the id will be, I will give an as 1, name as Sam, age as 30, and he is from Pune. Now if I go to this application and if I run this, Control F11, here we go, 1 is coming, that means our data is inserted. If I go to the MySQL, here we go, 1 Sam 30 Pune. Now what I will do is I will take here a 2 John 28 Mumbai. Let's save this, go to this application, Control F11, and here we go, 1 is coming, right? So go to the MySQL workbench. If I refresh, here we go, 2 John and 28, and city is Mumbai. Let's insert one more 3 Brock 26 Nagpur. Let's save this, go to this application, control F11. Here we can see 1, that means data is inserted. If I go here and refresh, 3 Brock 26 Nagpur, right? Let's go to the test runner. Now it's time to delete, or yes, delete row by ID. So here private integer delete user by ID, integer ID we have to take from the user, the ID which we want to delete. So let's write a query, delete query. So delete from table name user where condition ID equals to question mark. Now int count equals to jdbc template dot delete update, and we have to give here a query, and what is the parameter value, that is ID. So ID will go at this question mark place, and I will return here count. Now let's control alt down, let's comment it down and delete. Now here I will delete this, whatever we have written. Now delete data, what was that name, delete user by ID. Now I want to delete the user with the ID 3, that is the Brock. Let's go to this application. If I do control F11, here we go, 1 is coming, that means data is related. If I go to the here and if I refresh this, you can see that only 2 rows are there. Brock is deleted, right? Now it's time to go to test runner. Now it's time to see update query, private integer update update user. Now what we'll do, we will update the user city according to its ID. So we will gonna see integer ID and string city. So here string query, here we have to set update user, set city equal to question mark where ID is equal to question mark. So update user set city equal to question mark where ID is question mark. Now I will do here int count equals to jdbc template dot update. We have to give the query and the values for these parameters. First one is the city, because here we can see question mark, this is for city, this is for ID. So in order we have to give, so ID and city, right? Now return count. Let's see. Now what we have to do is here one Sam is in the city Pune, I want to do it to Nagpur. So let's see. So here control alt down, comment it down, here update and update user ID will be 1 and city will be Nagpur. Let's save this, go to this application, control F11. Here we go, 1 is coming, that means it is updated. Let's go here and here we go, Nagpur is coming, 1 Sam 30 Nagpur, right? So creation is done, insertion is done, deletion is done, updation is done. Now it's time to go for select private list of, let me comment it down, select query 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 list of user. It will be going to give the list of user to us. Select users, right? Now string query equals to select star from user, control shift O, which here. So here we'll return now jdbc template for a dot query. As we are using here, we have to select, so we have to give here a query, and we have to also specify here a row mapper. So this is a row mapper. If I go down here, result set and row number, then new user, we will get id, then get name, age and city. Let's save this. Now here we have to call that. So what is that? Select user. Select user, comment it down here, list of user, list equals to select. Here what happened? Copy this and paste here. Now we have to print this. So list dot for each system dot out colon colon println. Let's save this. Now here go, control F11. Here we can see one Sam and two John is coming. So this is the way we can do create table, then insert row, then delete a row, update and select all the rows. So I will give the link of these queries and this code in the description. You can go there and access it.